What do you think is currently holding civilization back? In the US, I think one of the things that is holding us back the most is money in politics. As long as corporations are able to keep politicians in their pockets, we will never have any real substantial structural change. Money is the ultimate form of speech, and corporations are benefactors of super liberty. Money, everything is like in Star Trek. Yeah, but the currency-less system in Star Trek is because they're a post-necessity civilization. With replicator technology nobody starves, and with a galaxy of seemingly infinite habitable planets there's no housing crisis either. Todd from accounting. Hotel buffet eggs. People who are convinced they're geniuses without any actual training or education. And doing so with so much confidence they inspire other geniuses, and this repeats itself over and over until we have a group of so many dumbasses believing the same dumb shit that they almost, or maybe do indeed outnumber sane, rational people. This sounds familiar in 2021. Exactly. It is ironic that so many conservatives say colleges should stop having liberal arts majors and make everyone go through engineering, when those same conservatives probably never tried engineering in college. The leaders who only care for their self-interests and not of those who they lead. And us for consistently voting these people into power. That's a big problem with UK government. As it's done in 4-year cycles, why would a sitting government care past their term? They don't want to start something that the opposition may be in power for to reap the rewards and applaud for. The fear of GMOs and nuclear energy. Nuclear has been the answer for a long time. Humans will look back and wonder why we waited so long to harness the ultimate power. I would imagine renewables are the ultimate answer. Until then, nuclear is the best of two evils. I mean, nothing can be worse than fossils. People always talk about nuclear waste, but show me a fossil fuel where you can choose where to take the waste rather than just having to spew it into the air. It's an easy target, but even with the press it has these days, I don't think people realize how destructive misinformation, and thinking you're correct without any training at all, actually is. Human beings. To specify, we can be extremely intelligent beings, but we have not figured out how to work with integrity in groups for the benefit of groups. We are deceptive and selfish because we fear ourselves and each other, and as a result we are dishonest with ourselves and each other. As long as that is the case, we will continue to self-destruct and prevent civilization from graduating to something next level. The problem is there are too many different groups with different desires, wants and needs. We do just fine figuring out what benefits specific groups. The problem is that what benefits one groups doesn't benefit other groups. And those different groups are never going to go away. Extremism. The need for people to take things too far. This can be said about religion, hobbies, lifestyles, opinions, etc. Holding it back, from what? From peace? The human condition is what holds us back from peace. Human beings are naturally selfish. When being selfless becomes a natural occurrence, things might get better. From technological advancement. Time. In what ways? We are social creatures, we've survived by working together and helping each other out. We are altruistic. Working together and helping each other out, but only in a limited sense. We work with and help out our own, those whose survival and happiness we believe to also ensure our own. There is no such thing as a truly altruistic or selfless act. We can make sacrifices for the good of the tribe, but only insofar as that sacrifice benefits us or our offspring. But if it also helps others out, there's no material difference between a selfless act being done for selfish reasons and a selfless act being done for selfless reasons. I agree, the result is the same, but the intention supports the idea of natural selfishness. Our technology is growing faster than our evolution. We're literally all fresh out of the jungle with smartphones. We still idolize people who can throw a spear, Football, the farthest and most accurate. I think a better way to describe it is that technology as an extension and direct result of our intelligence and ingenuity is growing faster than our societies and values. Taking your example, we idolize that person but don't recognize/value someone who can program a machine to do better, even though we arguably should. Conservatives, nationalism, misinformation, a total lack of understanding of science, critical thinking, and context, anti-education and intellectualism, religious extremism, and an unwillingness to see others as human beings. Religion. Robert Maxwell, father of Ghislaine. The man was the leading cause of paywalled scientific articles today. Before him, science publishing was relatively open. He helped shape the industry into the cancer on academia it is today. Facebook, Telegram, any other bullshit amplifiers. That for the last 100-odd years large private and central banks have obtained the exclusive franchise to create all new currency as debt, then loan it out at interest. Never have so many been enslaved by so few. People who say religion is holding the world back, and religious people who say atheism and dumb shit like that is holding the world back, there's nothing holding us back. We in fact are growing faster than ever before. In a chart it's almost going up straight. Capitalism. There's no profit to be made from things like free energy, which hold back those kinds of studies, and far too many people are spending the vast amount of their energy working to support themselves, when in a better culture, that could be provided and their energy spent on improving the world around them. Holding it back from what? Advancement. Okay. Advancement, to what? Advancement for the sake of advancement is not a good thing. Neither is it a bad thing. It's just a thing. What is it that you want society to advance to? LOL. A better fucking world without climate change, the threat of global war, or inequality. World without climate change. Climate change will always be something we have to deal with because the climate is not static and never will be. Every action we take will always and forever have to be taken with a certain level of risk. The threat of global war. There is no real threat of global war, thanks to nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons have brought us the single most peaceful era of human existence. Global violence is decreasing year on year because nations are actually forced to take part in international diplomacy. Inequality. Inequality will always exist, no matter how we try to combat it. Because people are unequal. Even within demographics, people are not the same. Celebrity worship, usually they are where they are because of luck or sex. Rarely are they actually important enough to care what they are saying or doing. Modern politicians. At least in America, politicians continually argue about roughly the 10% of issues people disagree on. The majority of people agree on everything else. Lie about how they will help with that while passing laws to make them, their party, or their sponsors more money. Then blatantly lie about their major opponent to stir people into a frenzy that doesn't care what one guy does as long as the other doesn't get elected. After not fixing that 10% of issues, the cycle repeats and nothing ever happens. Capitalism. Low education voting. Lack of democratic processes in key parts of society. Weak battery tech. Lack of socialized research into neurology, AI, and new material synthesis, on the scale of what NASA does. Society being distorted radically to serve only the top 1% at the expense of literally anyone and everything else. Religion, and in particular, Abrahamic religions, meddling in political affairs. Lack of God in most people's lives? Preposterous. Your God is a monster. The universe is a monster? Have you ever slapped the bullshitty starry-eyed wonder off your face and actually had an objective look at it? We exist despite the universe. The entirety of it is preposterously hostile to life. This is literally a COSM of ultraviolence where life can only exist on the most vanishingly small, Tiniest of points. And even Earth is a shit mother. She tries to kill us on the reg. Not a day goes by without a volcano, an earthquake, a gas leak from the ground, a tornado, a hurricane, or a death virus. The universe fucking hates your guts. It's trying to kill your mom and your childhood pets. You are part of the universe and exist because of it, not despite it. You should be a bit more humble about your existence. Feminism. Feminazis. True feminism is about equality between genders, not putting all power on women and stuff like that. Feminazis want all the pros of being male and female but none of the cons. They want to be above law and such, but they also want all opposing genders to be eradicated from existence. What keeps us back is the fact that people cannot either accept others for who they are or just accept their place in life. We are instead stuck in between in a very shitty place. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and subscribe if you are interested in more Reddit content. See you in next video.